Hi, today I am joined by a brave survivor of sexual harassment who is willing to share her experience with us with hopes to educate the public about the serious issue. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ameera Rosli and I'm a writer.
Okay, first and foremost, would you mind telling us what happened in terms of you going through this sexual harassment? Was it done physically or was it done verbally?
There has been a lot of harassment cases in terms of me being a writer, but to speak solely about sexual harassment, it happened when I was little and it was physical.
Where were you when you were harassed?
I was walking on the street with my family. I was 9 years old. I wore baggy jeans and I was just a little kid. So I felt something grabbing my ass. And I looked behind me and there was a group of teenage boys and they were laughing. And at the time I was 9 years old, I didn't know what it meant. So I just thought it was just like a prank or a joke. And I looked at my family and they didn't notice a thing. So I just kept walking. But for some reason it stuck with me until today. And only when I grew up, I realized what that was and how that's something that should never happen to anyone.
Was it the first time that harassment occurred throughout you living?
That was the first sexual harassment that ever happened to me.
Were there any witnesses? And if so, did they do anything to help you?
I don't think anyone witnessed it. Other than his friends, the teenage boy who grabbed me. And they didn't do a thing. Obviously, they were joking around, they were laughing, so it was apparently very funny to them.
Were there anyone well aware of the sexual harassment that occurred? Did you tell anyone?
I wrote about it. When I became a writer, I felt the need to talk about it because being a writer, especially for someone who's in an online publication, I have to be on the internet a lot. So I'm a major sort of like, I have a platform on Twitter. So when I saw that a lot of people were getting sexually harassed and it was becoming almost like a trend, almost like everyone was coming up with a story, I felt the need to address it. So I did write an article about it and I listed down the various groups of men that have been harassing women. And in that article, I did detail that I was harassed before and that 1 in 4 women in the world have been harassed. And I think that's a disturbingly large number.
Was the article well received when it was published?
It was.
It was.
When I posted it online, a lot of women came up to me. And the article was also a collaboration with my friends. So I compiled stories from my friends, women who have been harassed, and they shared with me screenshots and they shared with me their stories, and it helped to like flesh out the article and make it more real so that people can read it and know that these are real life experiences that women go through.
In what way did the incident impact you?
It just made me realize that men, straight men, feel like they can do whatever they want with no repercussions because women are meant to be like docile in Malaysia. You know, we have like tasks, like you have to be a wife, you have to be a good wife, you have to cook and clean and all these things, you can't have a career, whatever. So because of that, it's like ingrained in men's minds that we're just objects for them. And that's not something that should be publicized, right? It's not something that everyone should think is okay. So I guess the way it affected me is like I just go into every relationship with a man. It doesn't matter if it's a friendship or an acquaintance or whatever. I go into it expecting bad intentions because I don't trust
You did
any
have trust
man.
issues back then?
when I was little when it happened? No, because I didn't realize what happened. Like, I thought it was just some funny joke. And then when I looked at my family, nobody realized the thing. So I was like, oh, maybe this is some normal thing. But now as a grown-up, I do realize that it sucks and that I do have trust issues with men. But I feel like, and it's unfortunate that we have to like have a defense mechanism every single time, even though men should be the ones that realize that, yeah, I have to be accountable for my actions.
Have you fully recovered from the incident, or are you still processing it up to this day?
I've recovered from it, but because I can say I recovered from it because I learned something from it. And the thing that I learned is that no matter how old you are, no matter what you're wearing, it can happen to you. And that's a message that should be spread. A lot of people have like this misconception that, you know, what you wear has something to do with whatever it is that happens to you, and that's not the case. Like, me being online and me being like a public figure on Twitter, because I dress a certain way, and being Malay Muslim, I don't cover my outright, and Malay Muslim conservative men, they feel the need that to say something about it, despite the fact that I'm just living my own life and they don't even have to, you know, be involved in how I live my life.
All right, so what is your advice for those who have encountered similar experiences with you?
Advice for women? I don't think I have any advice for women, because women are just living their lives and we are constantly in danger or putting ourselves in harm's way just for being alive. So I have advice for men. For men, you have to look out for each other, and you have to look at your friends and observe how they behave around women, because if you don't keep your friends in check, they think that they can do whatever, and you're just gonna be like, oh, I'm fine with it, I'm cool with it, you do whatever you want. But like, if you keep your friends in check, and this is unfortunate because men don't listen to women most of the time, they listen to other men. So just tell them, like, if they're being creepy, if they're saying things that they shouldn't, just let them know, and then see where you go from there. And just don't associate yourself with men that would hurt a woman for fun.